Hi, guys. Thank you for showing up tonight on the Spotlight, and we are going to introduce you guys to Rays Aquatics. You guys have seen him in I'm sure the text and stuff, but now we get to talk to him and find out about him, and he's got some awesome fish tanks, and it'll be cool.
He's got a very cool fish room.
Yes. Well, cool. Ray, James and I were supposed to come and meet you, and I forgot what. Oh, we ended up with getting a whole bunch of free stuff, and we couldn't fit it in the truck. And we were at the resort for hours, 8 hours later than we thought we would, and so we weren't able to stop by to get to his house for an interview. Or not an interview and a whole tour, but we're going to do that for sure sometime.
I had to leave when we were down there because I had to go to work the next morning, but I wanted to stay and get all that cool stuff too.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
I got lucky and I got kitchen stools. I know that sounds crazy, but one of the booths didn't want their kitchen stools. They bought these brand new stools.
Right.
And they were like, Florida's just too long of a drive to drive it back home. Who wants it? And James said, we'll take it.
Jeez.
So,
I was thinking about renting a car for the Keystone Clash. Maybe I should rent a truck instead. Well, it might be the same thing, the day on Sunday.
It was weird. Go ahead.
I know the guy that was doing the shrimp down there. And he told me last year they just got all kinds of stuff at the end of the show. I mean, fish tanks and fish and setups and just all kinds of stuff. Well, I had to be to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's probably a 4-hour drive from my house. I live right by I-75 and I-10 where they come together. So it would have been a ride. And I would have left like you did, 8 o'clock at night, and it'd been miserable.
Yeah. What I also got an Awazi table, for a fish tank to put on. Those things cost $900.
Jesus.
Wow.
So crazy. It's the fanciest piece of fish equipment I have, and it's the stand. I don't even have a cool tank to put on. Well, I do have a cool tank, but my cool tank's a little too big for it. But I've been thinking,
if we get some friggin' stickers. I'll be happy with those.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, there were stickers everywhere. It was amazing.
Well, Ray, was that your first fish show, or have you ever been to any others?
Nope, that was my first one. I actually paid for it a year in advance. I paid for it in 2020, but the world decided to take a break for a minute, Yeah,
we paid for it for the Dallas.
Yeah, that's the one I paid for.
I think it was supposed to be in May of 2020 or something. And but our channel got big enough. We were able to get in for free. So we after the show was just about over, we're like, well, wait a minute, we paid for the ticket, so we got our goodie bag and got our free T-shirt.
That's right. You bet your ass.
Yeah, I mean, you pay $75, you got to get something.
We had a very important message in the chat. Hi, Rays Aquatics, from your wife at work.
Oh,
yeah,
Hi, Denise Stewart.
Yeah, she's at work,
and she's a sweetheart. You're a lucky man to have a good wife like that.
Man, if you wait till you see the fish room, you'll see what lucky means, man. I mean, we live in a little 2-bedroom apartment with a 1-car garage, which the car garage is 12 by 18. I have 80 tanks in the garage, and there's a tank in every room in the house. I'm talking every room now, bathroom included, bedroom, every room in the house. This room you're sitting in right now is actually in my dining room. This is my dining room table, the computer's on it.
That's awesome.
Well, you guys, my son gave me a tank and I turned on YouTube and that's what happened.
That's awesome.
Yep. Hey, Ed, did we want to? I know we're running a little late. Do we want to say hi to people in chat? Do we just want to say hi to everybody since we're running late tonight? Or
yeah, let's do that. I don't have YouTube up, so can you do that for me? Rico?
Yeah, let's run through. So the first person I see is Michael, new local Austin. So if anybody came in before that, we didn't get to see him. So there's Patty, there's Colored Guppies, Denise Stewart, Ray's wife, or Robert's wife actually. Mystery Snail Guardians, hello.
Now, do you prefer Robert or Ray?
Well, there's a story behind that. Ray is actually my initials, Robert Elton Young. My son's initials, Robert Elton Young, and my dad's name was Ray, Raymond Elton Young. So I named the channel after my dad, who got me in the hobby 40-something years ago, and I picked it back up, but through various wives and all. But that's why I called it Ray Aquatics. So my name's actually Robert.
I got you.
Okay. So we'll call you Robert then. Carol Cox came in. Only Oscars. MedCow. J-Rock does stuff. Oh, hold on. Sorry. John McKenzie. Robert. Cian Aqua. GRB Aquatics. Very cool. See you always. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody here. Pompeii Ranch. Hello. Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics. Bruiser CB. I think I got everybody so far that came in. Appreciate you guys all being here and hanging out with us. Vanosky just came in as well. Hey, Vanosky. Very cool. So we're going to get to learn more about Robert tonight. And I've already had a sneak peek. We did a run through a test, and so I've had a sneak peek. But
that's awesome.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good.
You got to remind me how to do that, Rico.
So you're
I'm just an old redneck. My wife got me into all this stuff here, you know.
So now we know who to blame.
I love the Bosemani. Wait, did somebody just fall in a pit in Pitfall? Didn't that sound just like Pitfall?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, my wife's texting me, telling me to move the camera.
She wants your whole head in there.
There you go. And Peplin came in as well. What's up? And Bill Witt, gentlemen, what's happening?
Wow.
Zen Ginger, of course. Zenny Zen. And Zen is going to be a grandmother with twins.
What?
Yeah.
Twins. Lord.
Well, she's the youngest grandmother in the world. She must have started when she was like 10 or something.
I don't think that's a good thing there.
Wait a minute now.
I know you're trying to give her a compliment, but I think we went a little bit the wrong way. Lisa NJ came in. I'm assuming New Jersey. Who knows? Could be Lisa New Jerk. We don't know.
Well, and if she's from New Jersey, she could be.
Joseph
I'm just teasing you, Lisa. I probably just lost a viewer. I almost married a girl from New Jersey, so I can't hate New Jersey that much. Except I didn't marry her, so I should probably like it more.
There might have been a reason behind that.
Yeah.
Geek Boy came in as well. And we said hi to Joseph Stanley. I think we said Colored Guppies. And so many of these people are going to be at the Keystone Clash. A lot of these people that came in. Very cool. Looking forward to
When's
that.
the Keystone Clash?
At the end of this month. Actually, 20 days from now. The 24th through the 26th.
I'm going to be in Madison, Wisconsin for the Catfish Catalysm.
Nice.
4th.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's the 4th, or it's the same weekend. It's the 10th. The same weekend as the Portland one.
Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Rica de Hoyas. I have to apologize, too. Last time we did a stream, we had fireworks. Tonight, there's fireworks again, and they just started just now. So if and they're supposed to be on the north side. So if let me know if it gets annoying, okay? Just let me know and I'll mute in between.
I got you. Well, that's all. Have you ever been to the Catfish Catalysm?
No, we're driving all the way too. So I'm coming by to see you all. So
awesome. Well, that's super cool.
I'm gonna go by your fish store and stuff. I like seeing Rob.
Yeah, you have to let me know, and I'll be there this time.
Ricky De Hoyas just came in, and Terry's Tropical Tanks came in as well, and he said he's going to be there too. So you get to meet Terry.
Oh, cool. Well, Sean Peck went to that when it was in Washington, D.C., I think, and he absolutely loved it years ago. So,
Fishy man.
Now,
Metalhead's here. That's awesome.
We all need to be at the, what is it, the ACA next year?
Yeah. It's only like 3 hours from my house in Kentucky.
In Kentucky, yeah. Yeah, we all need to be at that one.
If it's in Lexington or if it's in Louisville, but yeah,
Louisville. I keep hearing.
I think they said Louisville, and it's going to be all three. Live Bearer, the Cichlid, and the Killie Association. So it's going to be
Triple Crown.
I'm trying to buy tickets and rent a room now, and they ain't come up for sale yet.
Well, that's a drag.
I might go with that.
Supposedly they have the whole hotel rented.
Well, they probably have to hold so many of them for the ALA guys because they haven't even had their conference yet.
Right.
So there might be a whole wing, and they might give the ALA guys like a certain code number or something to be able to get in there.
So Ed, what's your opinion between Chicago and Orlando? Which one do you like better?
Well,
honest opinion now.
Yeah, honestly, they were really different. I liked the vendors. They had more vendors in Chicago for fresh water. You could buy a lot of freshwater fish in Chicago. And in Florida, we didn't have very many fish vendors and stuff. But I really liked the setup in Florida. And I had a really good time with the people. Not that I didn't have a good time with the people in Chicago, but it was just Chicago was really cramped for all the YouTubers. I think they gave part of our booth to 3 other vendors. So we were really tight for me. So I didn't, and I worked a whole lot more too. I'm now in charge of the scape offs. We didn't even have a scape off competition in Florida.
Right.
Florida didn't have any of the activities that they normally have because they didn't know what they were doing since it was the first one there and the first one in a long time. Right. But I think next year's Florida will probably be even a lot better because we'll have all the activities plus the stuff. All the stuff we got to do.
Right.
Ed, can you mention what you're currently doing for Dallas? As far as are you allowed to mention? As far as
not really. I'm on the board now.
That's the part I meant, though. That's the part I meant. That's a big deal. I think that's a really cool deal, and kudos to Ed for being on the board. That's very cool.
Really, you're one of the big boss men now. Hell yeah!
Not a big boss. I'm one of
that's cool. I don't care who you are.
Ones.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, and I'm in charge of the scape off, so I'm going to try to make it more smooth.
I don't care if I'd be in charge of the broom. You're part of the show, man. Come on now. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Cool. It's a really good time, and I have to thank John from KG Tropics because he recommended me to join.
Right.
And let's see, where's my KG? I always show Bubbles sticker, but I should show.
While you're looking, let me say some more hellos. We got a bunch more people come in. Metalhead came in. Jenny, Craig Broderick, Degenerate, Joseph Stanley. We said hi to Pompey. We said hi to Terry. We said hi to Mike's Aquatics and Things. Grumpy Mike, good to see you. Geek Boy came in. Atkins, Ian, what's happening? Good to see you.
We got a chance to meet a lot of them people while we were down there too.
I think we got everybody.
So much fun.
If I missed you, I apologize, but I think I got everybody.
It was amazing.
We'll have to do one of these probably with Degenerate once I get my cave done, my fish tank cave, so that way we can have a cave off.
A cave off.
Yeah, he motivated me to keep, because it's been something I've wanted to do forever, was to make one of those caves for cave fish, Robert,
right,
with the stalactites and stalagmites. And I was planning to finish this yesterday, on the show. Let's see. But this is like the bottom part of the pillar. It's a rock now.
Right.
I cooked it. So let's see. Do I have the
Matt
I
F
left
came
the
in.
filter upstairs.
What's up, Matt F? Batson Genetics, Skipper.
But a
Oh,
filter
yeah.
fits in the back.
Heck yeah.
So
And when you guys have the cave off, I'll get a Captain Caveman costume and wear that to run.
and you already got the beard.
Yeah, that's what that.
I tell you, Robert, this guy thinks.
Yeah.
What was that?
My son has autism, and
okay.
he's going to come in and out. He's got repetitive autism, so he'll ask the question 900 times. But
Okay,
he's a cool kid.
I didn't know where it was coming from. If it was just here or with Ed or with you or where it was coming from. That's all.
Yes, son. You got to throw the ball. He's I'm also a Special Olympic coach for them.
Oh,
and
awesome.
And what he's talking about is playing. They haven't played in almost 2 years now, and their next event is basketball. And he's talking about playing basketball. He's going to throw the ball hard.
Nice.
No, Matt, you got to throw it soft in the square.
Does he want to say hi?
I don't know if he'll do that.
Okay. All right. No pressure.
You might see him in and out now. And we take care of another Jason who has Down syndrome. So I have two handicapped. Well, they're not children. My stepson is 25 and Jason is 45. So I take care of two handicapped children.
Wow.
Gentlemen at the same time. So I got a full-time job as a lawnmower mechanic at a mower shop. I got a full-time fish room with with about 100 tanks, and I got two handicapped children and Special Olympics.
Very cool.
And a wife you got to make happy.
Well, yeah. Without her, none of this is possible because I mean, without a happy wife, you don't have a life. Period.
Well, I've got a friend that he participates in the basketball Special Olympics.
Yes, sir. Yep.
His mom and dad were my dad's Vietnam buddy when my dad was drafted in the Army. And then, he became best friends with this guy. And then they weren't able to have kids, so they adopted him. But yeah, he plays basketball all the time. He loves it.
Well, my stepson has severe autism, so that's his out thing. I mean, that's all he's got is Special Olympics. I mean, that's it. And when I met Soli, that's Denise. Her real name's Soli. The middle name's Denise, so I call her by her first name because it's beautiful. I love it. Soli. Anyway, Soli, I met her, and they introduced me to these handicapped people. And I mean, you cannot go to one of these events. I don't care how bad a day you're having. You can't go to one of these events and not just be happy. These guys, that's all they do. That's their life. They're happy all the time. It's all they're doing is playing these. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, amazing.
Nice. A few things from chat. Geek Boy asked he says, wait, you aren't wearing the Captain Caveman outfit already? Let's see. I'm going to skip some of the messages since we need to sort of get into the interview itself with him. But did anybody else come in that we missed? There was something else. Ed's picking up cichlids came in. A lot of people saying that's friggin' awesome. What a dude. About your life, Robert. Let's see. I think I got everybody. Bunny Viper just came in as well. Hi there, Bunny Viper. So I think we're caught up. Again, I did skip some of the messages in the chat, but we are a little behind. So,
all right, let me see if I can.
And I didn't know you were a lawnmower mechanic. I could talk to you about that for all day long too.
I wish I could have talked to Aquarium Co-op, about his lawnmower stuff. You know what I mean? He's having all them troubles. Well, he always tells us to go to your local fish store. And then he turns around and goes to a big box store and buys a lawnmower. There's local lawnmower shops that are dying to have your business. And you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy a lawnmower. Come on, man. Go to them local mower shops and get them people some money now. We're out there. I sell Gravely's, and that's where you need to go anyways. That way you get your warranties done locally instead of shipping them off somewhere else. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rant about that.
No. But it's
Good
the
point.
okay. Got two quick questions for lawnmowers.
Okay.
It's the hardest thing in the hardest thing I have is changing the blades on the bottom to sharpen them. But is that like the biggest pain you get is the blades?
I tell you what, no, I got a Milwaukee 20 battery power impact, and it takes them right off.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I would get if I was you. But I mean,
and is that you can get those at Harbor Freight, right? I think
Milwaukee's the one. Freight. Now mine's one of the heavy hitting ones. Now you need to get one that hits hard to take them off, or you need to have an air compressor and use air.
Okay, I have air, so.
Well, if you got air, yeah.
Okay.
And then air impact 15/16, pop them off. What kind of mower you got?
I've got, that's terrible. I think it's called a Hustler.
What color is it?
Yellow.
Yeah, Hustler.
Okay, it kind of rides low.
Is it a zero turn or
zero turn?
Yeah. I'm a Hustler dealer too. I'm Gravely, Hustler, and Skag. Yeah.
We got it in in Troy, Illinois, or Troy, Missouri, rather.
I was born right on the side of the river there, over there in Belleville, Illinois.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up and had a photo studio in Columbia, Illinois.
Yeah.
I worked in the Belleville newspaper for a while as a stringer.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived there. Well, I don't remember any of it, of course, but I lived there like 68 to 70.
Well, that was before me.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
It was before my memory, That was a
yeah.
You want to tell me how to switch this, Rico?
Well, we'll probably have to. You still have that invite I sent you in the email? Just click on that on your phone.
Okay.
And you'll need to mute. Make sure you mute.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, I think I can mute one if you need it. Okay. Let me just practice. I'll see if I can mute you quick, Rico. There we go. Yeah. So that was cool.
What do you mean that was cool?
I think it's awesome. Now I can finally say something in this joint.
You son of a...
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
What'd you just say? There we go. Okay, and I muted it, so you don't have to worry about it. And I won't turn it on until you get, to some good-looking fish.
Skipper said, It is awesome, Ed.
Hang on just a minute, Skipper. Should I mute the other one? Because this might be on his computer.
I would mute the one that we're seeing right here, but you need to add his other one to the stream still too.
I was going to add it so before you just saw his kitchen and stuff.
Oh, God!
I was going to wait till
it's right there. It comes right back.
Okay, here we go. Whoops, your finger's in the way, Ray. I mean, boy, I've been calling him Ray, I think, ever since I've known him.
Yeah.
Me too.
There's the 120 that I was sitting in front of. I've got it actually hooked in conjunction with a 40 breeder that runs down to the sump, and they all kind of run together here.
Let's see if I can make you bigger. Oh boy, let's see. Nope.
Remember the 3 dots on his?
Oh, the dots.
Right on the video.
on the video.
Right on his video that we see where it says Robert there. It should be up in the top
It
when you
says
put your mouse on it.
Edit
in the
name,
top.
edit mic, kick from
So-
studio, ban from studio.
It should be 3 little dots in the top right corner that lets you say.
Yeah, that was it, though. It says edit names, edit mic, kick from studio, and ban from studio.
Oh,
Okay, you ready?
Here we go. Oh! Hang on. I got to try to figure out how to cycle so you get you big. I'm sorry, folks. This is why I'm never in control. Nope. Ah. There we go. Okay, awesome.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Ooh, wow, I love those fish on top too. The artwork.
Dude, I'm a flea market junkie too, and these are actually carvings that I found at flea markets.
I like going to flea markets too.
Oh, I'm a flea market junkie.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. There's the living room. There's a tank there, and then another. This is my Blue Dreams. I don't know if we can see any.
Oh, you got a bunch right up front.
oh yeah.
Nice job.
Now, where'd you get those from?
Hell, I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't. There's a 20-gallon cubeless. It's my Corey colony. There's a couple balloon mollies in there too. My wife likes.
I got you. That's cool.
There's one of my kids, Jason. Say hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
And there's my son, Matt.
Hey,
Hey,
Matt.
I waved. I'm such a dumbass. I waved. Nobody can see me. I'm waving.
My kitchen sink. Got
Oh,
my,
That's a slate bottom, isn't it?
oh yeah, I love them. I've actually only got 2 of them in my collection. All right. Off to the fish room. This is my single car garage.
Oh, man.
I don't see any cars.
Yeah, I can't figure out where you're supposed to put it. There's my 300-gallon water tank in the middle of all that.
Nice. Now, do you have to treat your water any special way since you're in Florida? Like, is your water too soft, or do you get
No,
good water?
it comes out about 7.5, and then it gets it go up to about 8 something when you aerate it. But I'm scared of the chemicals, so I put it in that. I built an RO system.
Nice.
And I fill it halfway up with RO and then halfway up with the tap water. It runs through 2 carbon filters and the RO system to go into there. And then I use that to do water changes.
And did you guys see it was approved by the Tennessee Mafia? I appreciate that.
Oh, you're everywhere, man. I'm telling you, I got you guys. I got all you know. You just got to send me a sticker.
Oh, man.
Represent. Anyway,
That's awesome.
this is the 75-gallon tank that my son gave me 2 years ago. That
This
tank
is where it all began.
That tank right there. I can't back up. There ain't enough space. That 75-gallon in YouTube's did that.
Oh, man. Oh, and hey, Zen, could you pop Rays Aquatics channel every so often?
Yep. Yeah, Ray just
Or-
started popping up some videos just recently.
That's
Okay.
all.
And when I do some guppies too. These are some of my pandas. German blue rams.
Oh, wow.
I still want some of them.
Me too. I haven't gotten that one. I've never had a ram.
And see all these tanks right here on this side here? They're all plumbed together to that one sump.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
All of them overflow and all come down to this big sump. I got that sump from Father Fish. I went down and seen Father's Fish twice when he only had 400 subscribers. Now he's up there now, you know?
Yeah, he's a big cheese now.
You guys were there about 2 weeks after I was the second time.
Oh,
These
man.
are my angelfish fry, babies, young adults.
Wow.
There's actually some rainbow cichlids in there too.
You got any tricks on how you keep your fry alive? Your angels fry?
The angels are really the easiest one, man. Just clean water and water change and brine shrimp. After you get them past the 10-day point, it would be hard to kill them. I mean, if you look, there's angelfish. I want to show you something neat. There's angelfish with their baby.
Oh, that's awesome.
Look at all the babies. Look at all the babies.
Daddy's like, get away from my babies.
That daddy's pissed. Now look, here's another set with their babies.
And that dad's protecting them too. That's awesome.
Real quick, we had Jess, Shrimp Granny came in, and the incomparable Kenny from Danikin came in. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. I did say hi to Liquid Zoo. Oh, Kevin Marquis came in. Lumpy Dog's here too. Pridemore. Geez, we haven't seen Pridemore in a while. It's good to see you, William.
It is great to see him.
Okay, I think I'm caught up.
I love how angels are like, you know, how they were just little bulldog great parents.
Well, I was always taking the eggs, hatching the eggs, whatnot. And then I watched the gentleman Gouillard Farms in Texas. And he says he doesn't strip his cichlids. He never even took his angelfish eggs. And I kind of built this system kind of like him, because he said he had a system like this in college. And I says, okay. And I love to tinker with this kind of stuff. So when he said that when you run all these together, it's kind of like the fish thinking that it's in a 300-gallon instead of in that 30-gallon, you know?
Sure.
So I'm just trying, you know? I'm just tinkering with it. That's like this guy. I tinker with them too.
And he likes to come out to the front, you know, when you're getting judged.
Yeah,
now,
that's
is this
Fred.
a female or a male?
I think it's a male. I got it when it was a baby, but I called it Fred.
Okay.
And then there's Wilma. That's hopefully his wife.
Chubby Guppy came in, and we also Mississippi Hippie also came in. So hi to both of you people. Thanks for being here and hanging out.
Now my son had a set of disc had babies, and then he gave me 10 disc babies, and these are them discs a year later.
Now, Robert, you want to tell them about that tank too? That's that one tank that.
Oh wow, yeah, that tank. I went down to Miami, and I went to seeing a place called Summerlin Farms. It's a fish farm down there. He just reopened, and the old man had this tank sitting out there. And I think it's a lizard tank, to be honest with you. But I asked him how much for a tank. And he says $30. I said, okay. So I brought it home. Now these parts here, that's like 2-inch square plastic, real thick plastic. And then the angled vests, they're like beveled edges. and then it's got a plastic bottom that's that thick. So hell, I just siliconed it all in and filled the sucker up with water, and it held water.
Nice.
It's about a 90-gallon if I did the measurements right, and I put it on that thing on the computer where it tells you how many gallons if you give it the dimensions.
Yep.
So I built a
that's a great app.
And to keep the water, because it being so tall, the water pressure, when you fill up something with water and tight, anyway, I screwed some plastic up here to keep it from pushing out.
Gotcha.
And some straps, but it works.
Yeah.
I
love discus.
Cool.
Now this side here, this little hallway here, I got some neat stuff to show you. That them are German blue ram babies.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And show them.
Wow.
So now, do you sell or trade with a local fish store, or?
Yeah, I've got a fish store that buys everything that I sell, but he's not. He pretty much buys everything I sell. I don't think. Of course, he's not giving me the best prices in the world,
Yeah.
But he made me get a license to legally sell. He made me get a license to legally sell to them and everything. So I'm legal in the state of Florida to sell fish. So I can. He said that's the only way he can give me cash. I didn't want store credit. I can't pay my wife told me the only way I can do this is if I pay the electric bill. So I had to make these fish pay the electric bill, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Nice. Very cool.
And then
now, do you have to heat your tank?
Them guys
up?
are the polar blue blue convict the parrot convicts.
Yeah, they're cool.
They cross the parrots and the convicts to come up with these. I call them knotheads, but they seem to like it at the fish store.
Yeah. What was on the bottom? Was that a bunch of Cory cats? Oh, I meant in the polar tank. But we could look at anything. Everything's interesting.
Oh, yeah, a bunch of Corys.
Wow.
There.
Bunch of Corys.
Bunch of Corys there.
Corey King. You got a ton of Corys.
Down there's crabenzas.
Now, do you have to heat your fish room, or because you live in Florida, you don't worry about that stuff?
Yeah, I heat it in. Yeah, and them are all rainbow cichlids. Yeah, I've got to heat it in the wintertime.
Okay.
Right now, I don't have. Even with all them babies in there, they're trying to lay eggs back there.
Look at that. Jeez.
They believe in big families.
Right now, I don't have nothing on, and it's about 85 in here.
Gotcha.
And then this side here, that sump right there feeds all these tanks. It pumps all the way up to them up there. And up here, there's ram babies. Osmani rainbow babies. Polar blue convict.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, my wife likes them knotheads too.
Now, are they a nicer
now
fish?
Here, in these tanks, there's pairs of angelfish. These are all breeders. There's my blue that started all my blue.
Nice. Do those polar convicts, are they more aggressive than normal convicts or nicer?
I think they're nicer. I mean, they hold their own. Like in this 75 here, this tank shouldn't even exist. The one I told you started all, I mean, there's African cichlids, there's parrots, there's polar blues, there's barbs, there's rainbows, there's angelfish, and they all living together just like it's every day. There's Central American cichlids, African cichlids. I wish everybody in the world got along as good as them hammerknockers do in that aquarium.
Man, I agree with you. I wish everybody would look at each other like dogs do. You know, dogs
I'm not
don't
sniffing
care.
your butt, Ed.
Well, minus the butt sniffing.
There's my platinum babies from my white pair of breeders.
Oh, wow. Man, they're pretty.
Have you done any shipping at all of fish?
Let me go back into the air conditioner. Whew.
Have you ever thought about doing something on Gbrs or something like that?
I just filled out my thing on Gbrs.
Oh, great!
A
Nice.
couple days ago.
Nice.
My wife, because you had the, I got a messed up back too. Broke my back in 2010. So let me see how I can figure this out again.
Actually, you shouldn't have to do much of anything. Ed can switch it to the other one.
Okay. I'm going to mute this one and then unmute this one. Okay.
And then over. And you can kick the other one right off if we're done.
Kick from studio or just, not banned from studio.
No, don't. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And let's go. There we go. That was awesome, man. I can't wait till you got a Gbrs store.
Yeah, that will be cool. Real quick, a couple of highs. SC Catahalus, what's going on? And I probably always say that name wrong. I know what it is. I know that that's a dog, but I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. And Danikin's taken off. Kenny's taken off to go bowling for the first time in forever.
And he's got like 100 balls.
Did we? No. Killer Kitty, I don't think we said hi. And I'm not sure if we said hi to Chubby Guppy. So just want to make sure we got everybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in and saying hi.
Oh, it looks like Denise said that we're on Gbrs now. Those knotheads are listed on there. So maybe Zen could drop the link for the Gbrs if you can find it there real quick, Zen, or real slow or whatever. Just so we can see it. There's Susan. What's up, Susan?
Robert, can you say something to see if you're muted? I think you're muted.
Ed, if you try to
how about now?
Oh, we're good.
There you go.
We're good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This thing's got an extra gizmo on it that I hit with my knee.
Yeah, this one's got a button on the side. Oh, not this one. My big earphones. If I put my big earphones down on the wrong way when I run to get a water or something, it'll mute everything. But I'm really enjoying these because it gets really hot in my fish room, and my ears don't sweat.
Them rams quit breeding for me from probably August of last year until June of this year. I was about to give up on the rams. But when that room got to 90 degrees, everything started breeding. I was like, okay, gotcha.
Really?
I mean, it's too hot for the cories. See, the cories I know they're suffering back there. I try to bring them I told my wife, okay, the cories need colder women. So I snuck in a couple tanks in the house. My wife likes it cold. She keeps the house at 73 degrees.
Well, I don't think you snuck them in since she's in the chat.
But
well, it's too heavy for her to move out.
I tell you what, I got a 30-gallon, and I also, if I see a tank that I never seen before, I want to buy it. I want to get, I want to have that to my collection. Well, I seen a 30-gallon breeder, which is the same height as a 10-gallon, but it's 3 foot long.
Oh,
nice.
So it slid right in. I showed you that Cory tank. Well, if you glanced when I walked in there, there's a tank slid underneath that table. So I slid it underneath that table and I left it there about a week. She said she should come in one day. She said, "What you doing with that tank in there?" Well, I was just wondering when you were going to say nothing. If you weren't going to say nothing, I was going to fill it up with water. She says, "Well, go ahead."
That's awesome.
She's a good woman.
Oh my God! I didn't even show you the way she's got a 50-gallon bow front in the bedroom with her fancy goldfish. They're orandas, right at the end of the bed. You know what I'm saying?
See, that makes it easier when they're actually interested. Whoever your significant other, if that makes it so much easier. Except for like Kenny said, it's dangerous because there's nobody to say no. If you're both interested, there's nobody to stop you.
Well, she's not like Danny. She isn't. She isn't like where she's breeding or she's got her own tanks, and she kind of she's got a lot. What do you call them? Water lizards and axolotls.
Axolotls.
Yeah, whatever the hell. She's got them in there. And I got a 55-gallon one of the metal frame 55-gallon slate bottom tanks. She's got a pair. She's got a pair of them in there, and then she's got the bow front with the orandas.
Did you have to do anything to that 55-gallon? Because that's got to be pretty old.
Oh yeah, they're kind of special. I mean, they're kind of hard to work with because they used the tar back then, So you don't want to go into the tar. You want to, when you clean it up like you reseal a regular tank, you want to leave that one layer of tar still in the backside, and then silicone up against that. They're kind of a pain to reseal, but I mean, when I was growing up, that's what my daddy had. So I wish I had my whole fish room with them tanks.
I sealed one on a live stream once.
Well, I went down to Father Fish the first time, and he had like 3 of them in the back of that room, in the back there. And I tried to buy them, and he wouldn't sell them to me. So I went back down there a couple months later, and I took 25 angelfish, probably, I don't know, 2-3 inch size, pretty good size that he could get rid of. Took them down there, and that's how I got that other tank in there, because he still wanted to sell them to me. Well, then six months later, he's closing the place up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was time for him to close it up anyway. It was hot down there, and in the middle of the summer, it was killing. I mean, it was hard on him.
Yeah, I bet. It was the best part was going in that little office of his. His fish store was really cool. Because like you'd walk in and he had like this office area that was air conditioned where he kept his dry goods, and then you open into like a
warehouse.
Yeah, a warehouse, and it actually had like garage doors open in the back.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It was very well. When I went there, he didn't have that office closed off, so that air conditioner wasn't up there. So it was June, and it was 100 degrees, and the old man, it was rough on the old man now. I'm telling you.
I bet.
I asked him, he actually belongs to my club too, Pasco Fish Club. I've got to drive 3 hours south. You got to throw the ball hard, son. You're right. I got to drive 3 hours to go to my nearest fish club. You know what I mean? And he actually belongs to it too. I see him from time to time down there. He's pretty cool, man. And Ryan from Wild Fish Tanks, I'm actually friends with him too. He belongs to my club too.
He's a super cool guy too. Super nice.
Dude, he's got the gift of gab like no tomorrow. You hear me? I bet he'd sell a Volkswagen to a Mercedes dealership, and the Mercedes dealership swear they got a deal. You know what I mean? That man's got it now. I love him to death. And
he's tall.
Yeah, he's a big dude. You're gonna know it's Ryan when he walks in the room. You know what I mean? I didn't get
Yeah,
a chance to make Fishy Biz, but that's a tall dude too now.
Yeah, they were. I don't remember which one was bigger, but
They're both right there, man. I think Fishy Biz is bigger, wider, you know. His shoulders were bigger, but more like a football, and Ryan was more like a basketball, you know, player.
Well, when I went to hug Fishy Biz, you know, you kind of hug a guy like like this. But when I hugged him, I felt like a little kid because like normally my head's like over your shoulder, but mine kind of like hit right here. Daddy.
You ain't and everybody on this channel don't know that, but you ain't no tiny hammer knocker yourself, dude.
Yeah.
So when you say you hug him like that, that's a big dude.
It is. Yeah, it was funny because I was talking to Fishy Biz in the middle of the hallway, and he sees Ben Ochart way at the other side. So we run down there, but we probably look like two like offensive linemen or something about to tackle him because he's like, "Oh, hi guys." It was funny, but he was so nice. Did you get to meet Ben Ochart?
No, that's another one. That's another one I wish I met. I mean, I was walking around like I was dumbfounded. My wife says, "You look like a kid in a candy store. You just walk around and go, da, da." You know, first one I ever been to, and all the guys that I watch and respect and look up to, you know, and learn from is right there in front of me. So I was like, I was starstruck, man.
Yeah. Hey, here's an actual fish question from Killer Kitty. Do midnight rams have the same parameters as GBRs?
I have a pair of the Black Knights, Midnight, whatever, and yes, but they're I ain't figured them out all the way. They're a little bit more touchy. I mean, right now I've got a pair of them. They're on wigglers. They're in the same room, same water, same everything. But this is their third batch, and they've eaten all the batches. You know, right now they're on wigglers, so I've got my fingers crossed.
Have you tried a nightlight? Do you do nightlights with them?
Yes, that's one trick that I learned was a nightlight, and then another trick that I learned was getting the babies because I was getting them to like a couple of days, and then they all be gone. Well, then I talked to another breeder, and he said, pull the female. Once they get free swimming, where they're swimming around with the adults, pull the female. And then, you know, let the daddy raise them up for another 10, week to 10 days, and then pull him. And I did it that way, and I swear, I'll drop the female in a 10-gallon tank right beside him, and I'll let that daddy do his business for 10 days, and I'll drop that male in that tank right back in there. They go at it again. You know, bam, you got another set. I mean, in my fish room, they only breed during the summer because for some reason, I can't seem to keep it hot enough in the wintertime for them to keep going. So, I mean, I figured they might as well give them a break anyway, you know, in the wintertime.
Sure. A couple of people are asking about the night lights. What purpose those serve?
Well, or do you want to tell them? You go ahead and tell them.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what.
Well, it's a trick with some cichlids. With if it gets too dark, they don't feel like they can protect their eggs or their wigglers, and they'll eat them because they think a predator can eat them. So they would rather eat them than some other fish eat them, so they can get that back into their body, so they can have another set. So it's always good to have a night light or just a light somewhere in the room that's a low light somewhere, and then they can see their eggs or their babies. Otherwise, that's why they eat them, because they're afraid a predator will eat them when they can't see it.
Yeah, and I mean, I literally, dude, I couldn't keep none of them. The angelfish, the rams, all of them wouldn't do it until I learned about that nightlight trick. And
it's a great
bam. I've got angelfish taking care of their own. You know, rams taking care of their own. That nightlight, that was the trick, man. I mean, that saved me a bunch of heartache.
Nice. Good to know.
I mean, I was hatching them myself, and I don't care what anybody says. That's a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? You get
I've
them
never
hatched.
done it. I've always had the parents raise them.
Dude, I'll Bosemani Ram, any of the ram, I don't care what it is, I'll hatch them. You
Yeah,
know,
same with the Corridoras. I don't scrape the Corridor eggs. I let them stay in there and grow up.
yeah.
Regina Phalanges came in, and Dee Dee said, "Dang, glad my parents weren't scared of the dark." And Bunny Viper says, "Sometimes I wish mine had been." And M&C also came in. Hi, M&C.
Could you imagine how tough it would be to be a fish? Because you never can close your eyes. So, when you don't see anything, you actually don't see anything, That's when it's
Right.
really dark.
Yeah.
Weird. But that's interesting about the rams. I've never bred rams. I've got a friend, he's been breeding them for about 20 years in Salt Lake City. And maybe I'll ask him if there's any tricks to it.
Some of them are real. Dean, the master breeder, he tells you how to do it. And if I would have been stuck to what he said. I mean, he said 87 degrees. He's 100% right. If you do it the way he showed, you're going to have success. I mean, I can't keep nothing as clean as he keeps it. I mean, I don't know. That dude keeps all his shit spotless.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. I mean,
That's probably all
I
those
look
years
up
of
to
Jeff.
that old. I look up to him. He inspired me to try to breed everything I can. Just watching that man do his thing,
He's
It's great.
awesome.
What they're doing over there, Corey and all them, and Dan from Dan's Fish, and
Yes.
all them guys on that side, right? Oh shoot, they got it going on over there now.
Yep.
If I lived anywhere near them, I'd be over there begging, "Can I sweep the floor for you, man? Damn. How about your lawnmower, man? I got you."
Yeah. That's awesome.
Excuse me.
Well, Dean is he's helped James
Yeah.
with his, because James really wants to get his zebra plecos breeding. But he did everything that he's been told, but it sounds like now it's a waiting game because it takes them maybe like 5 years to mature enough to start having babies.
Wow.
A long damn time.
That is a long time. So James might still have to wait 3 more years before they're popping babies. But he's got it. So he's got the not the tunnels, the caves all set up perfect with the water flow and everything. It looks beautiful. But man, that's a bummer. You got to wait so long.
I think Dean lost his last set again.
Oh, bummer.
3 times he's tried to breed them, and he's had a heater fail all 3 times and burn them up. And I'm talking about he was right to the end where they laid eggs once for him or something. I mean, it was on his YouTube channel. I watch it every one of his, but
I can't imagine for that specific tank if he wouldn't get a heater controller at least to stop him from burning up.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he lost 2 of them. I think the way he was talking on that last stream, I think he lost the last set too. He had, so that equal 15 years of investment in 3 different sets, and still haven't.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm going. I want to get higher end plecos, or catfish, whatever. I'm going to catfish capitalism, and I saved some money. I'm going up there to find me something.
Nice.
I would maybe even just start out with the leopard frog plecos or the snow, something like that. But I want to get some higher end plecos to get. I've got the long fin albino, and I've got the super reds. They breed real regular for me.
Well, I've got just the bristle nose, just the plain old generic ones that came right out of the wild, the greenish brown ones.
Oh, nice.
I'd like to get I think it's the L330, the watermelon. It might be a L303. I don't know. I'm not very good with my L's, but the watermelon plecos are amazing. I love them.
Don't they look just big?
Well, yeah, they get about, I think about that big, a little over a foot, but they get wide.
Yeah.
And they look like a watermelon. I mean, they've got, you know how sometimes watermelons have stripes? Some have stripes. Some have the dots like what? It's just crazy. And I love the way they look. It's just.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to collect them too, you know, but I want to breed the higher end ones. So, you know, right now I've got a ton of angelfish, ton of rams, you know, a ton of all them babies to pay the bills. Well, I would like to breed 3 fish that paid all the bills, you know what I mean? Instead of 300 fish.
Yeah.
I mean, my fish store loves me because I've got 15 different kinds of fish when I come in. When I back in, you know, he fills up all his damn tank.
Sure.
I want to, and you know, but you know, corridors, what's he giving me? He's probably giving me $1 a piece for him when I'm bringing him in. You know what I mean? He's giving me wholesale. So that's what I'm working with. So in order to make any money wholesale, you got to breed a bunch. So, I mean, that's where I'm at now. So I would like to get into some higher end plecos up there. And plus, I mean, the plecos, once you get them going, how easy is that, man? They lay in the cave, he takes care of them, and he kicks out the babies. Come on, man. That's pretty easy.
And it's smart that you're going to get gills too, because you might end up, like your local store might end up getting too many from you, because some people won't be able to afford to buy the big ones, and you know, people will, but so the market may not be as big for the expensive pleco, but since you're using gills, the market's unlimited, because everybody wants those nice ones, you know, not just the people in your region. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I figured it would help. I mean, that would get me further out there. I mean, right now we're looking for a bigger I need more space. So wherever we go, we're trying to find at least a 2-car garage or something. If I can get more space, and I can make my space bigger, and I can do more. Right now, I'm maxed out in there. I mean, I got to stack.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
You know, and I almost bought some rams today. I went with some dwarf blue gouramis instead, but I was that close to buying some rams.
If you can keep the tank warm enough, man, they're awesome. But a ram really needs 85, you know, high 80s.
Yeah.
They love 87 degrees is the breeding point. You hit 87 degrees, it's like you brought champagne, you know, they're ready.
You know what? I've got 2 super chats. Rico, thank you so much. Man, your show host is one sexy guy. Yes, Robert, you really are.
Hey, Robert's
all guys rule.
Robert's my first name too, so that works.
Ah, crap. But
Rico's a tough sucker, man. He lives up there in the corner of, you know, they think living around here is hell. You live right there with him for a month. Say
nobody wants to live with him.
The month of February.
There you go. Yeah, this time of the year, it's awesome. It's easy. February, it's a different time.
Yeah.
I see that somebody chatted $1.49 M, but I don't know who it was. All I see is an M.
And I didn't even see that one. I must have missed that 100%. So I apologize. I try to stay up on those. I totally missed that.
And I don't have like the good chat. Oh no. Well, thank you, whoever has M as their logo. I really appreciate it a lot. And we'll try to find the question if there's a question on it. I know James knows how to read that stuff after the fact.
And
so maybe we'll have to ask James.
Yeah. So I'm not. So yeah, if you had a question, attach that super chat, please repost it. Or if you have any questions, you know, if there's anything that people want to know, we're already an hour into it.
I wonder if it was Mickey M.
I just saw him just now, so I don't know if Mickey's been here the whole time or if he just came in. That's the first time I saw him. And hi, Mickey.
Yeah.
Mickey.
McGee.
And Mike said, how awesome is this stream, folks? No one knew about Robert. And exactly, that's exactly it. We all see him in
what
the
you
streams
guys
and
are
stuff.
doing is awesome.
Well, that's the whole point of it, is to get a spotlight on guys like Robert. He's got an amazing fish room. He's breeding all these fish. He's got a crazy setup that works great. And now he's going to be selling fish online. But not a lot of people know about him. So that's the whole purpose of this, is to help out people like Robert and channels like Robert.
Yeah, and you guys click the bell, because that way when he does come up with something, you'll see it right away. Or if he's showing off some new fry that just came out,
yeah,
that's cool. It'd be neat to see. Do you have a video on how you set up that sump system?
Yeah. Until I talked to Rico, son, I really had a damn hard time with that video stuff, and I'm still having a real redneck time with it. But I'm trying, and I've done a couple of things with it, but I'm gonna try to show more about it.
I'm setting up my first sump system, and every day I come up with a new excuse why not to hook it up. And I was going to hook it up last week, and I need to hook it up tomorrow.
Did you drill your tanks?
Yep.
Oh, well, shit. That's easy. See, I'm not going to drill none of them tanks. All them tanks, I didn't buy. All them tanks are used tanks, and I'm scared to drill them old tanks. Some of them tanks are old as shit now.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that.
One of these is a new one, and one's an old one.
But if you drilled them, man, just set them up and go for it, dude.
Yeah. I need to. For sure. Man, I'll try to do it tomorrow.
Where's your fish room at? Is it in the house? I mean,
it's in my basement.
So when you overflow, it doesn't matter?
Nope. I even bought like flooring that's made of rubber. So it's like the flooring that you get in you see in a restaurant. Right. Because they spill stuff on their floors all the time. They got to mop them. So I wanted that type of flooring. So I spent a little extra for the rubber floor, and it looks like barnwood. But
dude, I tell you what, when I did the fish room in the garage, I didn't know that garages are tilted, slanted to the door.
Ooh,
shit!
Yeah.
That's the best thing in the world, because you overflow that son of a bitch, it's going out the door.
Yeah.
I said, hell, that's a win situation. I didn't ruin nothing. It went out the door.
Did you have to put wedges though, or anything, or did you just have a little bit of an angle on all your tanks?
All my tanks just got a gangster ling to them.
Gangster ling. Hey, real quick. Your super chat, Mickham, told us it was from Michelle Kenzie, who I think had to take off. So that's who that was. And then Matt F. or Liquid Zoo said, poor Robert, I was a smartass to him earlier. He asked if my video was my fish room, and I said, no, it's my neighbor. So Robert said, it's sort of like a oops kind of thing.
Well, I was trying to talk to him in the chat about because he has a similar setup where his tanks all run together, And I seen it in the little picture in the corner of the screen, and I was asking him, "Is that you? Is that your fish room? Is it had it set up on this little, like you guys got it here?" And I didn't know if that was his fish room that was in that picture. So when he snapped back me with that smart ass, I said, "All right."
See how it is now. And
Terry's, all them guys on Terry's, when Terry's over there, they're all a bunch of smart ass son of bitches anyway. You know what I mean? They bitching back and forth and back and forth.
It can get rough.
They don't know who's right.
Mickham had a good point too. I totally forgot about. We did see Geek Boy's $5 super chat as well, and he said, you know how much the rest of us would pay to be able to mute Rico? It was way back when you were muting me.
Oh my gosh! Well.
Man, guys, I look forward to your channel. I get off at work at 2:00, and I swear to God, I rush home to get your afternoon stream just to shoot the shit with you on the damn screen.
That's awesome.
Afternoon delight.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's awesome that he did that. As soon as I get my internet working better, I'll be able to get my YouTube back in here so I can read the flow normal. Like, and everything is in gray, so you don't get to see it doesn't pop out at you quick. So I apologize.
Mine's not reading at all.
Yeah.
I don't know what Rico did to mine, but it's not reading.
But I can type. Like I
See,
can say hi.
That's
guys.
IT stuff right there. I helped you with videos, so now I messed up your chat.
That's
How it works, man.
Got to pass the buck, right?
That's how it works. You touch one thing, and they think everything is connected. And
that's exactly how it works in the repair business. That mower was working fine yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, that was yesterday. They do break.
They do.
You know what I mean? Stuff does happen. You know, when you hit that damn log with it, maybe that had something to do with
it. Yeah. Ed's glasses help him read sometimes too. Select Pet. We didn't say hi to Select Pet. Hi, John. But he said your glasses help you read sometimes too.
Yeah, right now it doesn't matter too much because I'm so behind.
Here's one for you, Ed, from Bunny Vipers. Serpe Designs has a few great tutorials on drilling tanks. Keep the bit wet, start an angle, and don't force it. Let the weight of the drill do the cutting. He has great info.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
I met him down there too. That's a cool kid too, man.
Yeah.
He is top shelf what he does.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got an eye for detail.
Goodness.
That eye for detail, I'm so jealous because I've never had that in any aspect of my life ever.
Dude, that dude's off the chain. I'm telling you that I respect him, and he don't even know how much I respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that dude, he's got it going on. He does some beautiful work.
And that's Tanner, right?
Yeah. Yes. Sir.
Okay. Yeah. You see, it's terrible that I call Tanner by Tanner. He's such a nice guy. Really.
That's his name. That's okay, I think.
Yeah. Well, I met him more as a human than a YouTube type person. I don't know if that makes sense.
The way he comes off to you, I mean, he walks up to you like he's your best bud, you know. I mean, he's not coming up to you like a YouTuber or anything. You know
big smile, super nice.
Cool kid, dude. I mean,
that's
he's
good
cool.
that people, especially, I mean, he's got how many? Isn't he like well over 1 million?
Oh, he's up there.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
He ain't working for nobody else. I promise you that.
You know what? I feel terrible. I don't know. I don't think I'm sub to him.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Come on, man. You better fix that.
Matt,
I better
know if we would share his tank setup tour with Robert. I'm sorry, Matt. Which one is that? Is that one of your videos, or you mean the video from that we did when you were up on this stream, or what? Just help me. Which one did you want to show him, and we can have one of the mods select.
Oh, when you guys had him up on the show last week.
Yeah, I just want to verify which one. I'm not sure which one, and one of the mods can throw the link up there. That's not a problem at all. Crown Tail Half Moon, have any of you guys used top or garden soil for planted aquariums? Ed?
Ben, that one right behind you that you see right here.
Yeah?
Right there is a father fish special.
Gotcha.
That's got in fact, it's father fish and Kevin Novak. I've actually got oil dry, potting mix, sand. There's a little bit, and then there's laterite and green sand mixed in it. And then these are all plant. You know, I can't tell you what.
Green
yes,
sand.
Sir.
What is green sand? I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, now I got to.
Sorry.
It's the phosphate. It's some earth that they get in between layers. It's actually farmed right there in Jersey way. Google it, Rico.
Okay.
It might be kind of like the diatomaceous earth.
Okay.
It's something like that. Now there's some of that sprinkled in there too, by the way. But
I haven't done any of those.
I also put lime in mine.
Yeah.
I put a little bit of lime. So go ahead.
No, you.
I bet you I've got probably 200 pounds of organic topsoil in this room alone. and just
it's
underneath all the sand.
Yeah, it does amazing. No, but I went back in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. You always put an undergravel filter in your shit. Then all of a sudden, now there's no undergravel filters. I'm like, what happened? You know, I get out of it for 10 years. Now all of a sudden there's this big black hole. You can't have undergravel filters. But dude, let me tell you something. There's a big undergravel filter underneath that 120 right there. At the bottom of all that is an undergravel filter. And I just got it barely percolating. You see there's a bubble just barely going real slow, but there's an undergravel filter in there and it works fine.
I bet you, though, the reason what killed underground filters is the LED is probably a big thing, because so many people were able to start growing plants, and it might be hard for some people to pull the plant out of the underground filter if the roots get into that. But you've probably got enough topsoil; it won't make any difference to weight it down.
Detroit Shrimp came in. Hey there, Brian. And Select
that dude's
said,
cool too.
I use UGF. Oh. Only cool people still use UGF.
Yeah. I don't you still can't. I don't care if the plant grows into it. So what? You know, it's eating all the poop that's underneath it. So I mean, I've never seen. You can't tell me. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just an old redneck, but I don't know what's so bad about undergravel filters.
Oh, I don't think there's anything wrong with them.
And I mean,
one of my local fish stores still sells them.
Yeah.
So Sean Peck just bought some when we were when he was down here in Chattanooga last time.
That's one cool dude too. Now, man, I'm telling you what. I really respect. I wish I had his touch for the plants too. I mean, I couldn't tell you what every one of these is. I had a customer. They were in the Army branch, and they're getting transferred to another place. And she called me up and says, "Robert," she says, "come get all these plants and fish. Give me $100." So I went up there, all them plants in that whole tank, and a handful of other fish and everything. I gave her $100 and that 40-gallon breeder. I come home with a whole truckload full of shit for $100, and I put them all in there. That's when I actually dirted. I did a video about it, but I dirted it and did the whole thing. But I don't know what kind of plants they are. I don't even know if I put them in the right order or not. I just went with it. You gotta throw the bar hard, son. My boy.
And Killer Kitty said, "Whatever works, and I agree with that too. Yeah. I mean, if you like undergravel, use it. You know." And I did see the green sand. I found what that was exactly. And I think Denise tried to post it, but unfortunately, Denise, you'll probably see the links. But unless you're a mod, you can't actually post any links in the chat. That's just how YouTube is set up that way. So
the guy that actually I learned about the green sand, you just interviewed him, Chris Biggs.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Oh. He had a thing where he interviewed somebody. If you watch, I watch all you guys' channel. I watch everything you guys put out there. So, but if you watch one of his channel, he did a dirt thing about dirt, and the guy that he was interviewing, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he did that, and he explained the green sand. He'll explain all that to you about the layers that I did, and I just added Kevin Novak, Chris Biggs, and Fowler Fish all together in one, and let's see what happens. You know what I mean?
Nice. That's a scary individual. You mix those together. I'll be right back.
I mean, yeah, I can't wait to meet Chris. I mean, I really can't.
Awesome guy.
Dude, he went down and seen Grant Eder is a friend of mine in Tampa. He's got a YouTube channel, and he does shrimp. And Chris went down there and met him. You know, so I can't wait to meet him. But I don't know if he's coming out of Canada to come to the Catfish Catalysm or not.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I didn't think he was, because he said something about they'll charge him. they'll find him $2,000 coming back into Canada, and he's got to isolate for 21 days or something.
Oh shoot, that's terrible.
They'll actually
well,
they'll fine you to come back into Canada after you leave.
Wow.
He really wanted to go to that. He was scheduled to speak at the Cataclysm, but
oh yes,
there's no way to do it.
Yeah, it'll
he's
happen
real good
again.
friend. He's real good friends with Megan, the lady that runs that. I mean, like I said, I can't wait to meet Chris. I really can't. He seems like just an old redneck.
Well, I can't wait till you get to meet Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics. Detroit. I just always call him Detroit. That guy, he is so cool. When I met him in Chicago, he came up behind me and I heard the voice and I was like, okay, I know who this is. And I turned around and all I saw was a chest because he's a super giant tall guy too. And the first thing he says is, oh, you're a big guy. And I'm like, I guess. That was funny.
Jesus.
But yeah, he was super fun.
Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties here.
That's the one cool thing about me being able to go to the different Aquashellas is meeting the different people from different places. You know, that's before I used to go, I went to the Aquatic Experience and that was really fun. But I don't know. I think Aquashella is kind of neater because you get to really spend more time with the different YouTubers and people to talk to.
Now you're part of the show every time?
Yeah, well, and I'm a nobody. I'm not.
Oh, come on.
No,
I'm not a big celebrity.
You say that bullshit.
As far as the fish fam is concerned, you're
representing a big portion of us, homeboy. I don't care what you say.
You are.
Well,
you might not think about it, but you better hold them shoulders up high because you represent all of those poor suckers out here trying to get it. I'm telling you, Ed.
What? And I think that
am I right, Rico?
100%.
Great niche on the live viewing group. And if I had to have one group of the fish fam, it'd be the people that like watching live streams because we're the most active. They say only 5% of the fish fam is live stream. But you know what? It's my favorite part because it's the part you get to talk to and meet people.
Yeah.
If you're the other 95% that just watches videos, well, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
But here we actually get to say
a lot of interaction.
Yeah. I select pet and meet him.
We had another question from Crowntel. Is there a max height for topsoil and the sand cap or thickness?
Well, I know that Father Fish says at least 2.5 inches, and I go about 3. So I like to go 3 inches of sand.
So do you think there's a limit, though?
According to Father Fish, there isn't a limit because he just pours it more and more. But the thing is at some point, you're taking away from the look of your tank because you're taking away water space.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't get ridiculous with the sand. And then there's some sand that compact. So you got to be careful with that. I use pool filter sand, and I buy it straight from the pool place. Because if you buy the Home Depot pool filter fan, that stuff, you'll spend a day just washing it. It's dirty.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The pool filter sand that I buy from the pool place, I can pour it straight in there. And it's
that's
fine.
what I use.
And it's cheap. I mean, it's like $7 a bag or something, So.
You know what? Mine just skyrocketed in price. I used to pay $7 a bag, and they just raised it to $15.
Well, yeah. Well, the man that they put up there in charge of everything's going up in price.
Killer Kitty gave you a $3 super chat.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, Killer.
Shoot, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to get lawnmower blades, I mean, we can't even. It's hard to get certain lawnmowers. I mean, everything's getting hard to get. Yeah. It's getting ridiculous on all ends. I mean, that's why I mean, even in the tropical fish, I mean, Dan's Fish tell you that, I mean, it's just hard to get stuff. I mean, everything's elevated in price because everything's costing more to ship. You got, even on the working end, even in here in Florida, they had to close the Zaxby's down because they didn't have enough people to work the Zaxby's.
Yeah, we've been having
I'm sitting in the drive. I'm sitting at the light, and I'm looking around, and there's there's a million people around me, and they don't have enough hammerknuckers to work in the Zaxby's. Come on, man. What's wrong with that picture? Keep paying these people to sit at home and see what happens. Bunch of crazy people around here.
Well,
that's sad.
I think the COVID money is over now. So I don't know for sure, but hopefully things will start to go back to normal soon. But,
I just think people need to come back to work.
Yeah.
I mean, come to work.
Stop.
I mean, I'm trying to turn the fish room into a job because I've been turning wrenches so long, my body hurts. I broke my back in 2010, and they told me I'd never walk again. I told them they were crazy. So I have a lot of pain issues, so I want to make the fish room my job instead of going into that shop turning wrenches underneath them damn mowers all day.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I totally understand.
that's just me. That's what I'm trying. If I can make my hobby my job, man, how can you? That's just straight love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Unless
it's like
you start getting tired of it, and then your hobby gets ruined because now you're having to do it for a living. That's the only bad side. Sandy Diamond said, "I really enjoy listening to Chattanooga. Not a member and don't post often, but enjoy listening and learning." So there you go.
Oh, thank you.
And Daniel Velez came in too. Our brother Daniel came in. What's up, Daniel?
Yeah, I know you're busy, Chattanooga Ed, but you don't post enough, by the way, on your video.
I don't. I need to. What? And you see,
I need to too. I need to learn how to.
It's the redneck in me because I still have 2 videos I need to edit for my fish tubs.
Hey, all you gotta do is ask Rico San. He said, "Don't worry about editing. Just put it up there."
Well, I have.
That's all I did.
Mine's a step by step on building, so I have to put it all together, and I just need to do it. That's all.
I just put it up there. My last 5 videos don't even have a good ending. I just put it in there.
It's a start, man. It's a start. You got some content, and then you start learning how to edit and stuff, and you ramp it up slowly but surely. And you saw that, Ed. Yeah, Bucky's.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop by one of them this time on the way up. I'm gonna find me a Bucky.
Man.
Scuba Steve came in. What's up, Scuba Steve?
Building 2 in Knoxville and 1 in Nashville. So there's going to be a couple kind of close to me within an hour.
Is there any near 75 going up?
There's one on the way before you get into Atlanta. Okay. It's like 20 minutes before you get to Atlanta.
On your
and
side
they're building one 20 minutes on the other side of Atlanta, north of it.
Okay.
It's not done yet.
On the Bucky's pulse. He knows where all the new Bucky's are going in.
I love the Bucky's.
He's planning a nationwide tour of Bucky's.
Oh, the one in Atlanta, or not in Atlanta, and the one in Knoxville. It's going to be between. It's actually the farther Knoxville one for me. It's between Knoxville and Pigeon Forge.
Right.
It's going to be the biggest Bucky's in the world. They've already said it's going to be the biggest one they've ever built.
They're already huge. I mean, what's it going to be? I mean, what are they going to fill it with? 200.
Man,
it's going to be able to get married. It's going to have a wedding chapel. Watch. There's going to be a wedding chapel. You'll get married at Bucky's. Papa Shrimp came in. What's up, Papa Shrimp?
Hey, how you doing, Papa Shrimp?
Always good to see you. Jeffrey Watts came in, too. What's happening?
Hey, Papa Shrimp, how you feeling?
It is
I can't see the chat, so.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, there he is. I see it now. He said hi to Zen Ginger.
Yeah, I met him and Jason down there.
Well, that's a pair I'd like to meet. And Papa Shrimp, I just bought some dwarf blue gouramis from you guys today.
Ooh,
from Jadron.
Yeah, I've been following
Janitor.
him closely because he went back to the hospital as soon as he got back from Aquashella. I've been worried about him.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocco came in too, and he said, "We'll just build another biggest Bucky's." The Bucky
Well, we'll
Wars.
see.
Good to see you, Rocco, man.
Hey, give Tennessee something. Every time you put down T, my TN, everybody assumes it's Texas. And it's like, wait, there is another state here with a T.
I
Man,
understand
I
that.
tell you what, when I went up there to Tennessee to the mountains and we went over to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Ford and all that, we went to the state park. That is the most beautiful land I've ever seen in my life. We actually wanted to move. It wasn't for, see, we have Matthew, the stepdad has him, the dad has him, and we get him twice a month. So, I mean, it's not like we can move up there, but boy, we sure would love to live up there. I mean, oh my goodness, the mountains are beautiful.
They are. That's where up north up there by Pigeon Forge and all that good stuff. Gatlinburg, that's near kind of where Rack lives. Bird life and pond life and river life. I don't know which, whatever
Bird
name
garden.
they're
Bird
Bird
garden.
garden.
And
Yes.
James lives over by Knoxville, right? So he lives in between Pigeon Ford and Knoxville, or does he live between Knoxville and you?
Well, he lives in Knoxville. So he lives on the north side of Knoxville, and Sean Peck lives on the south side. But TN Aqua, he lives in between Pigeon Forge and Knoxville.
Okay, so I drove right. I went up there looking for you, go run into you, trying to run twice now. The first time you did a video, you said something about the Tennessee Aquarium.
Yep.
I said, okay. We got in the truck right then and drove up there to Tennessee Aquarium. I walked around that son of a bitch for 2 days trying to run into you.
Oh.
Then I said, okay, well, then we're hitting all the fish stores on the way back, all the fish stores. Well, then we hit Aesthetic Rob's place. Man, it's hard saying them two names together right there. Aquatic Aesthetics.
It is.
I mean, my goodness, you can't remember how to say that shit. And rednecks have a hard time with it anyway.
Oh, yeah. And the owner's a redneck.
Yes, he is.
It took me a while to just understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
Not really. I know what Rob's saying. But
the term redneck, right? Does your area have a name for like really, really rednecks? I didn't know this. We have one up here. They call them chipmunks. And I didn't know this. So where I used to live, my neighbor, I found out he was related to my wife. We went to a family reunion and the neighbor he came up and I was like, hey, what's happening? And he's like, man, we have so many chipmunks around us. I was like, I've seen lots of squirrels. And he just looked at me, but it's a common phrase that it's like what rednecks call, it's like rednecks squared. It's like what rednecks call really super rednecks. It's chipmunks.
There's hillbilly and then there's redneck, and there is a difference. Yeah. I promise you.
Yeah.
Well, but nothing like chipmunks or anything.
This is a family show, so we're not going to tell you the difference.
Is family involved?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in Missouri, for some reason, a lot of people would say, you ain't a redneck, you're a Hoosier. Even though they were from Missouri, so I don't think they knew what a Hoosier was, but it was
right.
You know what we always said that came from. Now this isn't real, but this is what we always said. Because I was born in Indiana, right? So I was a Hoosier, but it came from in the Civil War. So many farmers had to put up the soldiers. By law, they had to allow the soldiers to sleep in their property and stuff. That so many farmers' daughters got pregnant. Who's your daddy? They became the Hoosiers.
Oh.
Who's your daddy? That's not real, but that's what we always. I thought it was real for the longest time that was where that came from. Who's your daddy?
Well, I think that was kind of like our hillbillies that were in the northern and mid part of Missouri. And then we had the real hillbillies in the south, in the Ozarks. So
I still like chipmunks. I think we have a better name for them. I think that's an awesome name. Chipmunks. That's a great name for
It
a group
is,
of
and
people.
it's not offensive at all.
No.
I didn't know. I'm actually from Michigan. I was raised in Michigan, not too far from. I can't think of the channel. And in Detroit Shrimp, he was probably 100 miles from me, but it's actually 90 miles from Chicago. It's just on the South Bend, Indiana, Michigan, Wajack, Michigan, that little area right there.
Niles.
Niles.
Yep.
Yeah, my dad worked at the Kmart in Niles, Michigan for 18 years.
We had friends
wow.
in Niles. We used to go up to Niles all the time, and friends of the family. We'd always go up there. And there
I
was
lived
also
14 miles from there.
there was a like a. It wasn't a zoo, but it was like a nature preserve or something too, like Deer Park or something. What was that? I can't remember what it was called.
That's exactly what it's called, Deer
Was it a
Park.
Deer Park? Wasn't it like it was like
Deer-
a nature preserve?
Damn, I wish my mama was. Yes, it is.
I remember that as a kid
Oh
going to
my
that. I always loved
goodness,
it.
we used to go to that a lot too. Now I
Yeah.
can't remember the name. That's all. I cannot believe there's another person in this world that knows about that place.
I used to
Oh
love
my
going there.
goodness.
I was a nature freak from a little kid. That was always my
We
thing.
used to
Nature hikes
feed
and
them
stuff.
little deers.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my
I remember
goodness.
the commercials and yeah.
Wow, I ain't thought about that place. Wow. I'm gonna have to call my mama to figure out the name of that place now. And I really don't like talking to my mama much either.
Oh no.
I'm with you there too,
No.
but mine's not with us anymore. So
I love her to death, but sometimes they get a little senile.
well, we're an hour and a half into it. Was there any questions in the chat or anything? Is there anything else we want to talk about? Anything we want to see? Or Ed, did you have any?
Well, the important thing is we aren't going over anybody, are we?
Oh, I know that Ricky goes at the same time. He goes at 8:00. Ricky RB Animals,
Okay.
but so there's nothing we can do about that. He goes at the same exact time. I honestly don't know. Zen Ginger can tell us. I'm sure she knows. She can pull up the spreadsheet and see the spread list and see.
We're 40 minutes over, so we really ran over somebody. I didn't even realize we'd gone that long.
I know Vinny goes on Saturday nights. Trying to think who else goes on Saturday nights now. I don't.
Pam
Vinny's
isn't
on.
going to go tonight. She said
she's
because
not?
I go on with Pam on Saturdays and I paint and so. But I was actually kind of thankful because
You're
it's fantasy
echoing.
football weekend. Oh, can we talk about fantasy football real quick?
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the fantasy. Oh my gosh, that's hard to say. The Fish Family Fantasy Football League. And Danikin, Rico, and I are going to be hosting 2 live drafts. And anybody can watch. If you guys have fish questions, you can ask and, direct them to Kenny and he'll answer them all. And we'll be going, I think, is it 11 and 2:30? I'm hoping.
11 and 3:30? 11:30 and 3:30 or 11 and I forgot now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
If
Well,
Rico forgot, we're all in trouble.
here, I'll just.
If you're worried about my memory, or if we're depending on my memory, then yeah, we're all effed.
We'll just look at the time on the website here quick.
That's what I'm looking for, Ed. If you want to keep going, I can look it up.
Well, James doesn't do the football thing with you?
His wife does, but he doesn't. He's not a football guy. Okay, we've got the East Side group, which is 12 teams. It starts at 2:30. And then, that's 2:30 Central Time. My computer still thinks I live in St. Louis. Actually, Yahoo thinks I live in St. Louis. And then I'll let you figure out the early show.
Oh, I was done. I thought you had it. So that's okay.
Well, then I will.
Not a big deal. I'm still there, so we'll bring it up here.
I don't know.
Have you been to James's house?
I have, yeah.
How many tanks? I mean, he's got all them tanks in a single wide trailer.
Yeah. He scaled some down. He had about 75.
Wow.
And
I so bad wanted to see that when we were driving through Knoxville. I said, but I know James lives around here, but damn it, I ain't going to go up there and knock on somebody's doors. Hey, man, I want to see your fish room.
And One of them's a 220-gallon tank.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, real quick, Killer Kitty, was it? No, who was it? I'm sorry. Yeah, Killer Kitty said, "Wow, I didn't know Ed painted." Yeah, he does on Wednesday or on Saturday nights with Priscilla.
Yeah, I was going to say something about
But-
that, Ed. You got a damn artistic
Yeah.
bone in you, man.
He
I
also
painted this shark last week.
also on
No,
his
that other
Thursday,
thing.
his Thursday night streams, he does a lot of crafty stuff as well. For anybody that's interested there too, Ed builds all kinds of cool stuff on Thursday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ed.
You froze up, Ed.
And there we go. Oh,
I painted that
Yeah.
on Punchy Paints a couple weeks ago.
Now, how do you
This is just
get hands
a
so
concrete
steady where
thing.
you can paint in there?
I don't know. I just do it. I paint lots of little things. I paint lots of miniatures.
Wow. That's like Susie Q. She builds them miniature stuff for them doll houses.
yeah.
Man, my hands don't do that. Look, I know.
Yeah.
I can't. These paws are too broke up, man.
Yeah.
So the fantasy football is 12 p.m. so noon Eastern Standard Time and 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah. John from Select Pet says that I moved so fast that it messed up the camera. What it was I still had the Yahoo on for the football league, and I was dividing my bandwidth, and that's what happened. I had to turn that website off. I shouldn't have went away. That's why I don't have YouTube up right now.
What do you got to do? Get some kind of something to make your bandwidth stronger down there in the basement?
Yeah, what it is when you got a whole tank, a room with glass walls and filled with water, nothing can get through it. So I've got one thing above my upstairs shooting straight down, but I really need to just run the is it called Ethernet? Yeah. I've got to run Ethernet. I got 100 foot of it because the modem's actually all the way on the other side of the house.
Oh,
But
so
it's
you
a
just gotta
drop
run
ceiling in the
hardwire.
basement. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's got 2 layers of insulation above the drop ceiling, so it's still not going to be easy. The people that owned this house before us were big party people, and they soundproofed the whole thing. So,
Freaks, huh?
I guess. I'm afraid to get in the hot tub.
Yeah. There might be bodies somewhere
You
there.
got a
maybe.
hot tub? Oh my.
Yeah,
goodness.
well, I'm trying to get rid of the hot tub. I've never.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's pretty old.
You got to hurt back, right?
I do.
Well, let me tell you something. You want to learn something from an old man. 104 degrees. You sit in that hot tub, and it takes all pain away. I mean, I swear, I can't walk. I'll sit in that hot tub 10 minutes. Boom, gone. You can walk.
It's weird because I don't have any pain anymore. I just don't have any feeling.
What did you have? Did you have something fixed?
I damaged my spine, and it cut the spine, and now I don't have feeling.
Yeah,
It's weird.
Broke the bottom 3 vertebrae. They fused all 3 vertebrae on the bottom of mine, and then I herniated 3 in my neck, and I didn't let them finish the job in my neck. But yeah, I've got a rod where they bolted the bottom 3 vertebrae together on the bottom of my spine.
Yeah, right now what I've got is a half a disc. I've got a third of the disc has been cut out that was pinching or damaged the spine.
Right.
And I don't know what they did because there was no disc anymore. I don't know what they did. And now I do have to get I have a tailbone that's herniated. So I need to get that fixed also.
Well, you're very fortunate if you got it where no pain. That's awesome.
Well, I used to have a lot of pain. And it felt like somebody was taking a screwdriver and just shoving it in my back. But I never took pain pills because I donated a kidney to my brother, and the surgeon or my doctor said that it was just arthritis in my back, and it turned out it was a herniated disc that completely ruptured. And I mean, when it ruptured, I lost all my feeling and everything. It was not fun. Yeah.
Jeffrey Watts said, make the hot tub a huge shrimp and mutt guppy tub. I was going to say that you should make a tub out of it.
Yeah, I have thought about making it into a koi pond. And then I would have somewhere to stick all my duckweed.
You know, we
if
have
I
one of
ever
those.
get a place that I can get a hot tub again, I'm getting a hot tub again.
We just have one of those inflatable ones. You get them off of
Exactly
Amazon.
right.
I
I have.
$250, $300. It's
Yes,
not too expensive, and that thing, I agree with you. It does help with pain.
Beautiful. My wife
Mine's
said. My
a
wife
giant
said
one.
My wife
Mine's a
said she wanted
10-man
one
one.
of them.
Oh, gotcha.
I came home and I live in that little apartment. She had one sitting out the back sliding gas room in an apartment. One of them blow up ones like Rico was just talking about. And I says, now we some rednecks here. We got a blow up jacuzzi in the apartment.
It's like the trailer park boys.
I got in that son of a bitch, and I don't care what they called me. That thing made me feel awesome. Dude, that thing took all the pain away. Them things are awesome.
Oh, wow. Jeffrey Watts says that Congo Tetras love duckweed. Man, I like to hear that. I love Congos. I've never got them, but I'd love to get some.
I didn't know that, and I love them too. And I got a lot of duckweed.
I think I got more duckweed than I could get Congos, but I could sure feed them.
When you see it, you're sitting at a fish auction and you see a bag of duckweed go up there and you actually see people bid on it, I about fall off my chair. I'm like, what, really? You buying duckweed? Boy, next month you gonna be selling it, let me tell you, buddy.
Well, I had somebody ask me to mail them duckweed.
Yeah.
And I mailed them a big bag of it. Cost me $15, and then they never told me if they got it or if they liked it or not. So I don't know.
I always let you know when you forget to send me something.
This was somebody in Georgia, so I don't know. But
so all your tanks are planted in?
What was that?
All your tanks are planted?
Pretty much, right?
I have 2 breeder tanks just for putting fry in that aren't. And then once I get my my cave tank, it won't be planted. So, yeah, I've got like 65 tanks of planted tanks. It's crazy.
And you got so much more space for more tanks available there.
Yeah, I'm going to make another fish room right next to me. And it's just going to be for breeding guppies. And so because right now, what I messed up on is I got too many strands of guppies. I've got like 27 strands of guppies and endlers.
Damn.
So, but they're taking up all the space for breeding, and breaking the colonies. I'd like to break every colony into 2 at least, So.
And each time you do that, it takes what, 5 tanks per time?
Oh, well, that's if you're line breeding. Right. I'm just trying to break colonies right now, just so if something happens to a colony, I don't lose all the fish in the colony.
Oh.
Which reminds me, real quick, I want to mention, if you are going to the Keystone Clash, I am bringing 2 strains of guppies. Whoever wants them can have them for free. Just want to get rid of them, so just bring a bucket, a way to take care of them, because I do want my buckets, but anybody wants them, go for free.
Damn. Free.
Yeah, I've got 2 strains. There's roughly about 50 of each.
Or bring him $10 and buy the bucket.
Well, or you could do that. You could
buy a brand new bucket for $10.
There you go. I'm going to
bring him another 10 for lunch.
Don't buy black buckets, people. Do you see what this is? Do you see what's going on here?
Is that a body?
Yeah, there's a body moving.
I can hear her laughing. She's back there giggling.
It's a skeleton.
Yeah.
My daughter bought a 7-foot tall skeleton today because she's a freak.
I bought one of those. Did you get it from Lowe's?
I can hear them laughing. I think they're both working
Yeah.
it. That's
Does
my
it have
wife and my
light up
daughter. I
red
can hear them
eyes?
laughing. They both laugh the same, so they're
I
giggling.
part-
They're back here.
I put mine in the driver's passenger seat.
Come on,
Passenger seat
man.
in my car. And today when I went to Sonic, the little girl's like giving me my food, and then she screams. I gave her an extra $1 tip, so I gave her $2 instead of $1.
Scuba Steve's asking, why not black buckets? Because if you happen to have fry in a tank, like I always pay attention to what goes into my tanks, right? Sometimes I like to actually gravel vac. Other times I don't. Depends on the tank. But you can't see what's in that tank or what's in the bucket. If it's a black bucket, you can't see what's swimming around in there. If it's one of the orange ones or the gray ones or the white ones, you can actually see what's swimming around. But
or a green Menards bucket.
Or a green Menards bucket. But the black ones, you can't see at all what's swimming around in the bucket. So I guess it doesn't matter for some people, but for me, I have so much fry because I have a lot of, well, I've 5 guppy tanks, so nothing compared to Ed, but there's a lot of fry all the time. I guess the skeleton is left. They were giggling. They were like,
That's awesome.
My wife was in there too. She's giggling like a little girl back there. I could heher her.
Yeah, I see them both back there. They're having fun. Hell yeah.
I don't know why. My daughter loves Halloween stuff, and she's always buying just random weird stuff.
Me too. Is she getting her husband to love Halloween? Because is it a very big deal in England?
They have it, but I don't think it's near as big. Yeah, it's not near as big. Mm-hmm. I mean, they still have it. They still celebrate it, but yeah, it's definitely bigger here than it is over there. And I love it. It's a cool holiday. I love doing all the fall stuff. It's not even the Halloween stuff. We have a lot of places you can go, and there's corn mazes, and you can go get some apple cider, hard cider, warm cider. All these different things, and there's a lot of stuff to do outdoors in the fall. A lot of events. We don't get any trick-or-treaters anymore, though, because where we live, where we used to live, we lived right in town, in the little town. I mean, there was only like 2,500 people in the town, but it was a very small area, so all the houses were pretty close together. Ton of trick-or-treaters, but we haven't had a single one in the 15 years we've lived here.
They said, my neighbors said they used to have them here, but now they do these parking lot things where people go to a parking lot and they open their trunk and they put their candy in their trunk. And the kids go from trunk to trunk, or go from car to car dressed up.
Yeah, that's
weird. I guess
right?
it's supposed to be safer.
I don't know. I always love taking the kids around, man. Except some years it was cold.
That sounds weird as hell.
Yeah, I would fill up a big thermos with like some hard cider or some mulled wine or rum and coke, and the kids used to always like they were done. I'm like dragging them around because I wanted to keep going. I was having so much fun, and they were like, "Oh, I don't want to do anymore," And I was like, "Come on, one more street." All right.
Okay, yeah, the guys are saying it's called Trunk or Treat.
Trunk or Treat. It just sounds wrong.
Well, for a while there, they were trying to do it in the malls and have the kids go from mall to mall store. But
I like the neighborhood stuff.
Yeah, it's neat, but
you get to meet your neighbors, you get to interact with people in your area, which is
Did they have a bad thing happen up there in Tennessee where they went to that?
Well, Lumpy's up in is he in Michigan or is he in Ohio?
He's in Lumpyville.
That's and then Select Pet's in Kentucky.
We still do the regular trick-or-treating down here.
They scan the candy to be safe. But, there's never been anything that happened. There's no reason to scan the candy. I mean, there's never been, I shouldn't say never, but maybe once or twice over the last 100 years, there's been something that happened. It's not like a common thing where people are actually putting razor blades in the apples and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were growing up, Mom and Dad always went through our candy, just like we always went through our cans candy.
Yeah, you still look.
I think most time what I was doing was getting all the goodies out of the top of it. You know what I mean?
Yep, setting aside a couple of the really good ones. Yep, I'm with you. We just, oh, this one's mine. The kids aren't looking or something. So
these over here are bad. You know, they ain't no good.
Okay, Lumpy Dog's in Michigan. I knew that Lumpy Dog was north of me. Someday I forgot what guppies I'm supposed to trade with Lumpy Dog, but I'm supposed to trade some guppies for his Japanese blue tail endlers.
I got some.
So then I can say I have 28 strands.
Wow.
I don't need that many strands, but it's fun because, I get the different strands from different people. And so I kind of know them more for, like, oh, that's Sean Pex, and that's Dan from Get Gills.
Yeah, I get you. Yep.
Each one of these.
That's how I do them too. Yeah, I've got from Weldon, I got that one, and I've got from Guppy Guru, and I've got from Peter Mob Guppy. All my guppies came from Fish Fam people too. Most of my fish did in my room. Almost everything I have came from either Aquahuna, because I really like buying from them, or Fish Fam people. Almost everything. And then, of course, places, I consider them Fish Fam, like Jason, Jadron Aquatics, Dan's Fish. Those are all Fish Fam to me.
Oh, yeah.
Man, can you imagine being in Dan's shoes? He's living the dream.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. You see the plan for that building that he put out today?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can tell how excited he is. He's such a great guy.
How could you sleep?
Yeah.
I'd be sitting out there trying to. Where's the concrete truck coming? Come on, man. I mean, he's already got the fish tanks. He's so excited. Come on, that's planning. That's just good stuff right there. Now, like I said, if I lived within 100 miles from him, I'd be begging him to sweep his floor.
Cara C said, my favorite excuse for trunk or treat is people might put drugs in a candy. I've never heard of a user addict giving away that stuff. We just throw a Halloween party for the kids.
Hell no.
Yeah. If you're going to get it for free, they want you to know who it came from.
Yeah. You can go back and buy some more.
See, that's what I never did understand. I knew, and I mean, first time I hurt my back, I got addicted to them pills before. That was a bad trip. So I don't know any junkie that's going to put any of their damn drugs in pills and give to a kid. They ain't going to do that. What? Go give him my stuff? Hell no. That ain't going to happen. Ever.
And Patty said she dressed up as a ghost and took the kids well into the 30s. I would have loved trunk or treat. I love going to them.
Man, I know people that are our age that are still doing it. They take the grandkid, get all dressed up. I'm like, you're crazy.
And you know what? If teenagers come to my house and they want to trick or treat, as long as they're wearing a costume, I don't care. What difference does it make? Have some fun. Or even adults. If an adult knocks on my door and was trick or treating, hell yeah, here's some candy. You do you, man. That's awesome. Have some fun.
Yeah. For sure. I agree 100%.
Down here in Florida, they might think he's a pedophile walking around trying to.
If I was, though, in the 5-foot range, I might dress up because that'd be a good idea to dress up like a ghost and trick or treat.
Fill your bag up.
Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Back in Kansas or St. Louis, I had a bunch of buddies. We dressed up for Halloween every year, but we'd go to the bars and stuff. But I never thought about taking them trick or treating because they were all like 4 or 5'4", 5'5", and then I was the big tall guy. We could have got candy.
Bunches of it. Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, they would be so mad at me right now if any of them were listening. Well, does anybody have any last questions or anything? Oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock. So yeah, let's thank you to all the mods and for the super chats. I really appreciate it, guys. And thank you, Robert, for coming up and hanging out with us and showing us your fishing.
I love it. I appreciate the shit out of it, man.
And people go sub to him. you can give me a like, but I'd rather you give him a sub because that'd be cool. And and thank you, Rico, for hanging out with us too, man. You're awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Rico, for showing me how to use that phone.
No problem, man. No
yeah,
problem.
Rico's the brains, man.
Oh man, we're effed. I look forward to seeing more, Robert. And, just take your time with it, have fun with it, and it's not the end of the world. Put up whatever videos you can put up for now. Whatever you do, don't put it. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about putting up something that looks perfect and all that. Just get your content up there and let us see your fish room and the stuff you're working on. That's the important part.
I like to learn how to do this live stream too. Someday.
Live streams are, that's my bread and butter. Peplin wants to know about the football streams tomorrow. I don't have that open still. What did we say? It was noon Eastern time?
And 3:30.
3:30 Eastern time. Yeah.
And if you go to the Yahoo draft page, you'll see your team there, and you'll have an online draft to go right into it. So, you want to draft a team.
Dee Dee said she went as a naughty little Red Riding Hood, my last costume. That is part of the fun as well, the naughty costumes, except some of them are weird because I, for one, don't want to see a naughty SpongeBob. That's just me. It's not something I care to see. Although the sponges are holy, there's a lot of anyways.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You might get a sneak.
Note.
Whoops.
Yeah, you're making me think too hard on that. Thank you guys so much for showing up. We'll see you tomorrow at the draft if you want to come. It's football, but we'll try to talk some fish too. Night, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.